Well, hello friends, it's me, and it's time for a tale. A special story. Well, you know what? I mean, it's right in the title, I guess I can just go ahead and say it. This is from Reddit user Throwaway Bunch of Numbers, so I'm going to go ahead and say that this account is just a throwaway account. It's right in the name. This is called Creepy Weeb Furry Neckbeard Could Not Leave Me Alone. Creepy Weeb Furry Neckbeard. Oh, that's a lot. Oh, I don't know if I like where this is going. Buckle in, kids. I think we're in for a ride. Hello, all. Hey. I wanted to share my own story. I hope it's cringe enough for some entertainment. Considering what this is about, I think it might be. Just keep in mind that I did a lot of wrong things too in this relationship. I am in no way blameless, but Christ, this fucking guy. This post is very long, so my apologies for that. I don't see that as a problem. There's this guy that lives in the same town as me. We had a lot in common. We both loved anime and are both autistic. He is very overweight, bald, not exactly desirable, not horribly ugly, but not handsome. He lost some weight, and I commend him for that. I myself am not skinny, and I understand the struggle with eating the right food, so I don't really judge him too hard. I'm 24, he's 35. It's quite an age gap, but to be honest, I don't have a lot of options out there, so I gave him a chance after a while of him pining after me. He initially confessed that he was quote-unquote in love with me when we had been chatting on Facebook for a while when I was 18 or 19. But back then, I just wasn't interested, so I let him down easy. After that, we stopped talking for a while, until a year later when I was 20, and again confessed his love for me. I was in a relationship at that point and rejected him again, telling him that he's nice and all, but I'm taken. He was hurt, and he told me, "Well, if you ever change your mind, just know you're officially in the friend zone now, and if you ever want a relationship, I'm saying no." And I was honestly a bit weirded out by how childish he was acting, but I let it slide. We chat sometimes, and he showed me his art. I'm an artist as well. I'm not good, but his art was, not to sound bitchy, very childlike. He's probably dyslexic, but sometimes it's hard to understand what he's writing because his messages were always riddled with typos. He's also a hardcore furry and would send me NSFW art he and other furries made, and me, being a dumbass who can't just say no, just said, "Oh, nice art," despite being creeped out by what he was sending me. Yeah, I should have told him no, but I was really shy. I stopped answering him for a long time because I was tired of seeing furry porn in the messages. Fast forward to the end of last year. I'd broken up with my ex, and this guy asked me to make a reference sheet for his character. I felt bad for ignoring him for so long, so I did it. He loved it, and we started chatting more regularly on Facebook. He told me that there was no pressure to be in a relationship, and that he was just content with being friends, which I actually appreciated a lot. He liked my art so much that he showed his friends on Discord, and later I joined the server and even got to do some commissions. I was very grateful to him for recommending me to his friends. I was actually starting to be slightly attracted to him after a few weeks of talking. He seemed like he had matured a bit, and we got along well enough. One time I was talking about how I wanted to have a child one day, but I didn't have a boyfriend. He said he wants a child too and told me, "Well, I could help, but if you only want to be friends, which I respect." And me being a dumb bitch said, "Well, if you wanted, we can try being more than friends." This was a mistake. Immediately, he told me how happy he was, and that he liked me so much that I was going way out of his league, and he'd be happy to date. I told him I'd like to hang out a bit first to get to know each other better, go on a few dates, and he accepted. League? Really? First date was alright. He didn't smell bad. His breath was a bit strong, though. And he was pretty nice. He treated me to some food, which I insisted on paying back, but he refused. After that, we had a few more dates, and it was pretty nice. I went to his apartment, and we cuddled a bit, and he had a lot of furry merch and even a Dakimakura. Oh boy. He also had an ass mousepad of a lolly character, which creeped me out. Yeah, it's pretty fucking creepy. But he said it was for the lulz, so I ignored this. For the lulz. There's a phrase I haven't heard in a while. Another thing that alarmed me a bit, though, is he was showering me in gifts, which I did not ask for. I insisted on paying him back, but he wanted to give me this stuff, and I didn't want to be rude and refuse, so I stupidly accept the gifts. He also has a lot of sex toys that he showed me that he wants to use on me. Wow. This guy has sex and porn on the brain. His behavior on Twitter and Discord proved that. He told me he went to another country where prostitution is legal to hire some prostitutes, which weirded me out a bit. Yeah, why would you just openly say shit like that? Oh, that's weird. Then my cat got very sick, and I had to come to terms with I would have to have her put to sleep. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. Oh, poor kitty. He was sending me a lot of messages, and I explained the situation about my cat to him and asked him to leave me alone for a bit because I was feeling really down. He understood at first, until he started sending me messages again that he felt horrible for me and he couldn't leave me alone while I was suffering. How he felt so horrible that I should come over to his apartment to cuddle with him and make him feel better. Wow, real fucking classy, douche. I got fed up and told him that I felt like he was making the whole situation about himself and that I would have to cut contact for a while. So I did. I blocked him everywhere until I felt better. A few days later, he messages me through the page where I post my art on Facebook to please unblock him because he couldn't breathe and that he was so depressed. So, like an idiot, I unblocked him and started trying to cheer him up. Wow, that is really fucked. You're the one who's upset and he has to make it all about himself. Nope, don't like that. It got creepy when he started telling me he is so in love with me and that I'm 1 in a million. I'm the only one for him. That he wants to be my pet. What? And will do anything for me. This is where I realized that he was obsessed with me, and I told him I can't be in a relationship with someone who is like this, and he's scaring me. He begged me not to block him, and I couldn't anyway because my Facebook, you can't block someone again within 48 hours. So I gave him yet another chance. He wanted to be friends with benefits and kept asking me to come over for sex, but I honestly did not want that. I should have just straight up said no, but I have this horrible need to please people, so I agreed even though I had no intention of sleeping with him. He kept saying how much he wants to impregnate me and have a baby with me.
Oh my god!
I'm sorry, I threw up a little in my mouth. That's fucking... Oh my god, no. That I would be a great mother, and I was thoroughly creeped out. Yeah, I fucking bet. Holy shit. Cut to about 2 weeks later, my cat was put to sleep, and I was devastated. I told him I won't be online much because I'm grieving, and this time he did leave me alone. For 2 days. He messaged to check if I was okay, which was nice, and he sent me some memes. I said I was feeling okay-ish, and I told him I was interested in getting a puppy because I take walks a lot and could use someone to take on walks with me. He starts ranting that that's not a good idea because dogs need a lot of training and they can go nuts for no reason if you don't take good care of them. I know all of this and told him I'm researching it and not jumping into it yet. And he doesn't stop. And he has the nerve to say, "Would you just want a baby instead?"
How about no, you crazy Dutch bastard?
What the fuck kind of logic is that? Oh my god, dude. Really? This is just about your dick, isn't it? This is really just... Oh. Fuck you, bro. Just fuck you. And begging me for sex, and I lost my patience. I told him no, and that he was creeping me out, and then I blocked him. All was silent for a week or so, until today, when he sends me an email. Apparently he somehow found my email and started scolding me for blocking him. His angry letter said, "I'm over you. If you apologize to me, I will be friends on Facebook again."
Sure, Jan.
And he kept contradicting himself again and again, saying, "I'll never date you again," and then saying, "If you want a relationship with me." And honestly, that letter infuriated me. He kept telling me I was too immature for a relationship, which, to be fair, is true, and that I was incredibly selfish. The funny thing is that this guy has in his Facebook bio, quote, I'm very nice and helpful, which I personally think is not true. Yeah, isn't it the old adage, if you have to tell people you're nice, you're probably not that nice? In my anger, I replied to him and told him that he was acting like a child, that he's 35 and this was embarrassing. I told him I was grieving my cat and did not need this bullshit about having sex and children. He replied back, telling me that I was the most toxic person he'd ever met, and that I'm horrible and turned into a crazy cat lady. I'm just fed up with this guy. I know I might be in the wrong here, and I'm not perfect either. Maybe I'm the bitch here and he isn't a true neckbeard, but I honestly feel so angry and hurt by his attitude. It's not enough that my cat passed away, but this asshole has to make shit worse. He knows where I live, too, which scares me a bit. He also do weird shit in chat, like, oh, the creepy asterisk, buddy hugs, and hugs you tightly, ooh. In English, although we're not from an English-speaking country. He's an atheist, and when he asked me if I was religious, and I said no, he was extremely relieved and started ranting about religion. Oh, one of those. In one of his old Facebook photos, he had a fedora on. Oof. Sorry for the extremely long story, and if it wasn't neckbeard material, but I had to get this off my chest and see if I was really the one being toxic. I said a lot of shit to him because I lost my patience with him, but I feel like I did a lot of fucked up shit too. Is he a neckbeard, or am I just incapable of interacting with people? Wow, that is a lot to unpack with this dude. But to answer your question, first off, my throwaway friend, no, I don't think you're in the wrong. I think what happened is this guy basically decided that you were just going to be in this relationship. He was into this fictionalized version of you that he had come up with over all these years of basically just kind of stalking your shit. And when you didn't do what he wanted to, he threw a little shit fit. A lot of neckbeards and nice guys do that shit because they have in their head what they think everything's going to be like, how the relationship is supposed to go. And when it doesn't work out, they get mad and then do shit like this. So, no, I don't think you're wrong. I think that this guy basically just really, really wanted someone to just have sex on the regular with. He's probably one of those guys who hangs out in a lot of weird furry porn chat rooms, too. You know, the ones that even furries think are weird, because it's literally all they talk about, and it's like, do you guys not have any other personality traits? This is strange. As for him not respecting the fact that you're literally mourning, I mean, that's just an asshole thing to do. Okay, maybe the passing of your cat didn't mean as much to him, but it's not about him. It's about you. And the fact that he had tried to make it all about him was a really shitty thing to do. So, I don't think you did anything wrong. I think this dude's just kind of a douche. Like a huge douche. And even though in my own live streams I talk shit about weird fundies, I'm not one of those people who's going to shit all over everybody who just believes in any kind of religion. You can do whatever the fuck you want as long as you're not hurting anybody. But this guy, everybody who's a part of any kind of atheist community knows this guy. He's the one who has to go out of his way to say, anyone who believes religion is brain damaged and they don't know what they're doing and shit like that. They're just really shitty about people who have a belief structure. Granted, there are some really dangerous ones out there, but it doesn't mean that literally everybody who believes in something is somehow brain damaged and, like, incapable of doing anything. People who think shit like that are just fucking assholes. So no, again, OP, I think you're fine. I think this guy's just kind of a douche, and the fact that he's 35 and doing all this shit is extra fucking special. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video, so if you would please make sure you do all the YouTube things, hit the like, comment, subscribe, all that good crap. I have a Ko-Fi, which is like Patreon, but a lot cooler, and I have a merch store, which is possibly the best merch store on the internet. You should check it out. Actually, you should check both of those out. If you have your own story to send me, r/Moonhorse Stories, you can send it there. Every weekend, my wonderful fiance and I do live streams, games and weird shit and all kinds of stuff. You can check all that out. I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.